Hello, my name is Jireh Chandler and I will be sharing my testimony today. When I was a little kid, I was introduced to a world that I never knew I could get out of by a kid in my neighborhood. I continued to lead this life for a long time, and I never knew it was taking such hold of me because I was still worshiping, I was still doing stuff in ministry and stuff like that, so I never knew it was actually affecting me or getting in the way of what God had for me. But when I went to camp, God really worked through my life because I was worshiping, I was praying for other people, but deep down inside, I really wanted someone to pray for me. And I was a little upset at times because I was like, oh God, like I'm praying for everyone else, I'm interceding for everyone else, and no one's interceding for me. And for me, that was really hard because I was like, nobody even knows what I'm going through, but I'm trying to pray for everyone else. I'm trying to do good for everyone else. But there was one day, every single day of camp, I went up to the altar, I prayed, I danced, I sang. But there was one day and the enemy really did not want me to go up there. The youth leader that I had at camp, she said, Jireh, why are you back here? Like, you should be at the front. You know, you're never back here. But I was like, no, like God's telling me to stay back here. But it wasn't God, it was the enemy trying to hinder me from getting delivered. So I stood back there. And then my friend was like, Jireh, come up there. Like, you know, you're not supposed to be back here. And I was like, no, like, no, God is telling me to stay back here. And then another person came to me. I was like, Jireh, you need to go up there. So I was like, okay. So I walked up there. When God tells you to do something 3 times, it's time for you to go. So when I went up there, I don't even know, but I was smiling during this song and I was like, something is not right. Like, something is not right. So then there was a next song that came on and I was really worshiping for real. After like a second, I fell on the ground. And this is where I was in an out-of-body experience, I feel as though. And I literally started crying, I started screaming. I don't know what happened, but all I could say is like it was an out-of-body experience. I could see myself there. A bunch of people were praying for me, a bunch of people were interceding for me. And then when I got up, I just felt so free. And I could clearly say with great understanding that I was delivered from whatever I was going through. I was delivered from what happened to me in my past. I was delivered from what that neighbor put into my life. I'm so grateful for camp. I'm so grateful for the people that interceded for me when I couldn't intercede for myself. That's just a piece to my testimony, but that's one thing that was a milestone for me, and I feel like that's really where God showed his love for me. God showed his compassion. So whenever I see someone cry or whenever I see somebody fall out the way that I did at camp, I know it has to be God, it's nobody else, and that deliverance is taking place. I'm standing in a place where somebody's getting delivered because I was that person. And for me to see that happen to other people, now it gives me hope that, you know, they could get delivered the same way I was.